Good morning and welcome to today's Story of the Blues. Today we face Yeovil at home, a team we're very familiar with, who we've played in both League One, League Two and in the National League. Yeovil are back in the National League after getting relegated at the end of the 2022-23 season and comprehensively won the National League South last year, getting promoted back at the first time. They've had a decent start to the season, and I said in my predictions earlier on that I expected them to be the strongest and do well of the four promoted teams that came back into the National League. We're going into this game on the back of a 3-1 away win at Woking last week and hoping to have a little bit of consistency today and make it 2 wins in a row. Don't forget, we have only lost one game all season at home, and after today's game we'll have played 10 matches. They often say start to look at the league table after 10 games. You should then tend to get a rough idea of the league, of its makeup, who's up there, who's probably going to launch a challenge and who's not. It doesn't always work like that. We also have a game on Tuesday against Forest Green. I do believe these two games will give us a rough idea of where we are now compared to last season. Thank you to everyone who watched my vlog yesterday about the National League Cup. I won't include it in this one because it is quite long, but I will do a couple of snippets from later on. Don't forget, I did put a vlog out last week, a post-match one about the Woking game, and I've put some of my Euro vlogs up this week. And last night I was entertained to a thrilling 8-4 victory for Chadderton FC against Rexford United in the FA Vars Cup. I'm hoping for goals today, but please, plenty for Oldham and very few for Yeovil. I've met quite a few Yeovil lads over the years, especially with England. Safe trip up to any views coming up, safe trip back, but for 90 minutes I hope you have a miserable experience on the pitch. Other than the National League announcement, it has been a relatively quiet week at Athletics. No departures, no incomings, nothing really else really to talk or pick up on, really. So just a reminder, we do play Ebbsfleet next Saturday. It's away, it's live on TV. To my knowledge, there won't be a booze coach running now due to lack of numbers. So if you do need transport other than a train, put a shout about on the socials and see what people can do. I do think it's a bit of a daft. We played on last year on TV, so I'm surprised it's been selected again. But these people get paid good money to pick games and make stupid decisions. The one midweek game this week, and Fylde, who sat their manager last weekend, beat Southend 2-1. Yeovil are currently in 12th place in the National League. They've won 4, lost 4 and drawn 1 game. They've scored 12 goals and conceded 12 goals. So it should be on paper an entertaining game. Yeovil's manager is the vastly experienced Mark Cooper. He was in charge of Yeovil when they got relegated, unable to keep up in the National League, but brought them back up at the first attempt last year, including a record consecutive 14 wins. Also look out for ex-Oldham player Charlie Cooper, who also happens to be the manager's son. History about Yeovil. They were founded in 1895. The club initially joined the Somerset Senior League and competed multitudes of leagues up until the outbreak of World War II. During that time they won titles in the Southern League, Western League, Bristol Chariot League, Dorset District League and Somerset Senior League. They played in the Southern League after the war ended, winning the championship in 1954-55, 1963-64 and 1970-71 before becoming members of the Alliance Premier League from 1979 to 1985. They spent the next 3 years in the Eastern League and were promoted into the conference after finishing champions in 1987-88. Relegated in 1995, they were promoted again 2 years later after winning another Ismail League title. Yeovil won the 2002 FA Trophy final and secured a place in the Football League after winning the conference in 2002-03 under the stewardship of Gary Johnson. They won the League Two title in 2004-05 before reaching the Championship with a victory in the 2013 Football League Player Final with Gary Johnson back in his second spell as manager. However, they suffered consecutive relegations and relegated once more following the 2018-19 season, ending their 16-year spell in the Football League. Yeovil haven't found life in the National League easy, and at the end of the 2002-23 season they were relegated to the National League South, but under Mark Cooper they were champions last year and came back at the first attempt. They are known for their FA Cup shocks over the years, especially when they were non-league. Yeovil are one of the most successful teams as a non-league side in the FA Cup, having defeated major Football League teams. Their most famous one was Sunderland in the 4th round in 1949, before going on to play Manchester United in front of more than 81,000 fans. For years they were the only Football League side from Somerset. Weymouth are their main rivals, and it was a heated rivalry between the two of them. But last year in the National League South they renewed rivalry with Bath City and also played Taunton. They've also had in their Football League days rivalries with Hereford, both Bristol teams, Cheltenham and Bournemouth, and recently some have even pointed to Forest Green as being a bit of a rivalry. They're also famous for having a famous sloping pitch at their old ground. They also have a whole list of honours to their name: League 1 playoff winners in 2013, League 2 champions 2004-05, Conference champions 2002-03, National League South champions 2003-24, Isthmian League champions in 1987-88 and 1996-97, Southern League champions 1954-55, 63-64 and 70-71, Southern League Western Section champions on 3 occasions, Western League champions on 4 occasions, Bristol Charity League champions, Dorset District League champions, Somerset Senior League champions on 4 occasions and 1 cup win, FA Trophy winners 2001-02, Conference League Cup winners 1989-90, Southern League Championship Cup winners on 2 occasions, Southern League Cup winners on 3 occasions, Isthmian League Cup winners on 1 occasion, Isthmian Championship Shield winners, Western League winners, Somerset Premier Cup winners on numerous occasions, including sharing it once with Bath City, Bristol City and Frome City, Frome Somerset Charity Cup winners also. Finally, one of Yeovil's greatest games was the second leg of their League 1 playoff game against Nottingham Forest. Having lost 2-0 at home in the first leg, they remarkably won the second leg 5-2, winning 5-4 on aggregate. Salt and pepper chicken and chips, it looks absolutely mega. Arriving here about your part today, but it's a nice, lovely day for a game of football. We don't get many like this, so enjoy it while you can. David Moyes, sorry Kev, how are you doing?
Piss off.
Do you have a prediction for today?
2-0 Oldham.
Okay, Mark?
I said 2-1 Oldham.
Right, thanks. Brilliant. Defend this now. Nothing stupid. Game's been a bit too slow for my liking so far. We're not much long ball. We're not having that urgency. We're not attacking enough. Down a few chances, but too slow to shoot, too slow to pass. And Dave played up the better team. Nothing special, but just keeping the ball. I feel there's an error in us at the moment, being a bit too, I won't say too cocky at the back, but a bit slow with it at times. Heads. One in the box now. In with it. Got it the start, a bit too slow for my liking, too much on ball. He's been playing the ball into the strike, it's not from the back. He's sitting back a bit too much for me, but he can still get something from this. He just scored as a mistake in our defence. That small man up front is causing not so much many problems, but getting in between him and Hudson. Let's see if we can do it. Get rid. Actually, cracking ball. It's had a bit of spell where we've had a couple of chances, one's gone over the bar, so the six are improving. That looks dangerous when he comes out, to be fair for Yeovil. Well, that was shite by game's been now up for a couple injuries. Don't mess it up now. Nothing stupid. These haven't really done anything off in the second half. So just out of the way. I knew there was something that I won anyway. A ball. We just keep dabbing at his head. support that. We should have kept the ball and just given it back to him. He's not going to give that.
Big miles offside!
Over a minute left, nothing stupid, easy space in here. On A again. Mr. Reliable. We're ugly at times, but the main thing, we got the win, and you take it to games like this that could get teams promoted. Thoughts? Well, the first half I thought was a very poor game of football. We were too direct, we lumped it straight, that with that creativity, and we struggled to break them down. I won't say Yeovil caused us all sorts of problems, but my worry was there was an error within our attack, their attack and our defence, because that small lad was trying to get them behind Moffey and the keeper, and was worried about lack of concentration or lack of communication. But as the game went on, it changed. Changes in the second half worked. We dominated the position far more. Dolan was very influential, very creative. He was what we last lacked in the first half. In the ball delivery, overall improved. The passing improved, and the quality in the team did it. It was a great finish from Fondop. Jez and Garner both made a difference as well. Jez was looking more like the sort of player as an impact player he'd bring on after the bench, and other than Fondop's shot, we had chances. Norwood's chance from the corner, and Fondop's header into the ground with big chances. You could see when Fondop scored what it meant to him. And ever since that opportunity missed, Fondop seems to have improved his game, where I'm not going to get in comparisons, but Norwood's not really been up to scratch. We look better with Garner and Fondop up front together. And don't forget, last year we had that good spell of run. Easily a good example when Fondop and Garner played together in a match that's not a single offside means Fondop is learning, and they played very deep. Moffey was absolutely fantastic, along with Ogle, who is scoring and assisting more. So basically we have got players now that are providing balls. In Moffey particularly, has been an excellent player for this level. I can't stop his praise. I know some saying, oh, he's the best defender since Tarky. I think since Peter Clark, people are emulating him. I know some saying, oh, well, that was the difference between National League and League One. It doesn't bother me at the moment. He looks relaxed on the ball. He's brought something to the team. And him and Ogle are two of the best signings we have had in years. It says it all now, 1 defeat in 10. Lundstrom played a bit deeper first half, and he's shown against Woking he's more better in an attacking role, pushing forward. And Hammond didn't play too good. Hammond's played again, we didn't lose, okay, he went off at half time, but it just frustrates you that him and Lundstrom will not take that shot from maybe 10 yards, 20 yards out. If they see an opportunity arise, have a goal. And Yeovil were a poor side, and I was a bit disappointed with them. I thought the lad out wide weren't too bad, but then I looked at the results, and the results, to be fair, the better results have come against like Fylde, Boston, Ebbsfleet, teams that are struggling. So it shows maybe they're focusing on team games they know they can win, and they came for a draw. They suspected, they turned up and thought, right, we get a point, we'll be having. They made it hard for us. Now, since the whole calendar year since we won 260 games at home, you could argue Hartlepool and Barnet, but that was like in between a couple of weeks, and the spell of postponements meant we had a gap between our home games. But that's why it'd be good to go out to Forest Green tonight and get it. The 1 defeat in 10 shows there is improvement there. We're turning these draws now into win. Tuesday will be a big test. Now, I thought we actually played better against Gateshead, Fylde and Braintree than we did on Saturday, but it shows how the mentality's changed, that we're going out now and we're getting wins. We're not settling for just mediocrity. And I know people saying we draw 0-0. I'm not mithered on Saturday. We got the win, bit of confidence now, a bit in the air, bit of consistency, which is what all I asked for. Roll on Tuesday night. Hudson had a relatively quiet game. Now, people are saying, was it a penalty at the end? My first impressions was it were, as you can see in the video, but then I looked afterwards and it weren't. He went into him. Now, the ref was bad. It wasn't as bad as foul, but it was consistently bad towards both teams. We had things that were turned down, they had things that were turned down as well. And you can't be a father-son moment. You could say this was Fondop saying, Dad, I've said I've gone and played football and I've made it. Fondop's dad being proud of him. Going back to Fondop's goal, you couldn't script it better. Him scoring the winner in front of his dad on his first visit to England, and that was some leap, that was some height. He got the ball. Credit to Ogle, he put a cracking ball into the box. If we play like that and keep our forwards constantly fit, we will be right up there. And it was all changed at the top of the National League table. Barnet are now the new leaders after they won a derby match away at Wealdstone. Forest Green up to second on goal difference after they beat Gateshead away. And third is York, who started the day at the top. They drew 0-0 away at Aldershot. Eastleigh are fourth after they beat Rochdale, who were behind them in fifth. We were in sixth. Gateshead are in seventh now after back-to-back defeats. Dagenham are up to eighth after an away win at Hartlepool. They're level on points with Halifax, who got themselves a win at Maidenhead at the weekend. Sutton on 15, Solihull 14, only Woking, Southend 13, Aldershot 13, Hartlepool 13 and Yeovil 13. And then we've got 4 teams at the bottom. Ebbsfleet and Maynard on 5, Wealdstone on 6, Braintree 7, Fylde 9, Boston 9, Tamworth 11. I'm going to go more into the table after the Forest Green game, to be fair, but after 10 matches, pretty much most of the teams in that top half are who I'd expected, and the same in the bottom 4. It was great to see Gunnar Hallett on the Latics phone in, hearing his stories. One of my first Oldham heroes, one of the first foreigners in the Premier League at a time when there wasn't many foreign players playing in the Premier League. There were mainly Scandinavians like Norwegians like himself, who had a good team and reached the World Cup in 1994 at England's expense. And people supported him at USA 94 because of this. Swedes were popular as well as Danish, but the stories, it's good to see him doing well with his management team at the moment. Hawthorne, I think they're called. I did mention the last podcast or YouTube video. It's good to see people suggesting a friendly with him. I'd love to have a friendly in Norway, but whether it happens, we'll have to wait and see. But no, it's good to hear from him. It'd be good to see him coming back over and visit Bowdge Park. If you've not watched the vlog on the National League Club, just to brief it off, it's a competition between National League teams and Premier League teams, under 21s, but a number of under 21 teams in the Premier League aren't involved. They've included a couple of Championship sides and one League One club. At least 4 National League clubs have pulled out of it. We've got 4 games, all at home, all against under 21 teams. Blackburn, Wolverhampton, Stoke and United in some of that order. Games going to be played, I think it's on a Wednesday night. I think there's 8. It's basically not gone down well with fans. Some are happy about it, some are saying there's a chance to give fringe players who are now others. But anyway, go on the back catalogue, watch it. There's been quite a lot of criticism for it. I've only spoken to a few at the scene in favour, but then I've known Oldham fans for years, a good run, and people find it hard to miss games sometimes. But it's the Story of the Blues special. It's the one I uploaded before this. And that concludes this week's Story of the Blues. At the moment I'm on a Facebook ban, so until Thursday for some reason. So if you can share this to people, please do so. If not, I'll be hopefully have the Forest Green one up on Thursday. So keep the faith, We're on Tuesday night, and let's hope we can make it 3 wins in a row. Come on, Oldham. I'm Tommy Oldham, stay in the terraces.